During dinner, the wife just wanted some living expenses. The husband immediately got angry. I already gave you $1,000. How much more do you want? Are you using all that money to support another man? The wife heard what he was really saying. Turns out her husband wasn't unwilling to give money.
그 국에 들어간 시금치 내 돈으로 산 거야. 그러니까 먹지 마.
She took the dish away. She even said if I got a job at the supermarket, I could at least make $5,000. Who says housewives can't work? The husband got even angrier, but the wife's fury had already erupted. What happened next was predictable. The wife was no match for the man. She got beaten up. Clearly, this wasn't the first time. Finally unable to take it anymore, the wife filed for divorce. But she didn't know her husband had hired the best lawyer. At first, this law firm didn't want to take the case, because cases like this are hard to win, and a man like this isn't worth helping. But the firm's boss, who was also the lawyer's mother-in-law, dangled a carrot in front of her daughter-in-law. She said, if you win this case, I'll give you the vacant managing director position. But this mother-in-law was cunning. Even her son asked, Mom, are you serious? But the daughter-in-law completely believed her, already preparing to win this case. When the wife presented medical proof of her injuries, the lawyer was ready too, using the same method to prove the husband was also injured.
같이 때리셨어요? 아니요. 저게 뭐예요?
The lawyer wanted to prove this was just a conflict during an argument between two people, not domestic violence. But because neither side had enough evidence, they could only wait for the next hearing to decide. Just got back to the office. The young assistant received important news. Turns out her husband is gay. A secret even his wife doesn't know. No wonder in court, when the wife brought up the issue of the child, she got especially emotional, saying she'd undergone artificial insemination over a dozen times before finally getting pregnant, so she had to get custody of the child. If the other side knew this information, they'd definitely lose the case. Just then, a group of people came out of the conference room. When she saw lawyer Bob's smug expression, she asked her assistant, has the vacant managing director position been filled? Learning it really was Bob, she suddenly felt she'd been tricked, so she angrily asked her mother-in-law, didn't you say you'd give me the managing director position? Does our agreement not count anymore? But the mother-in-law shot back at her. Did you marry into my family just for this position? She never expected her mother-in-law to distrust her so much. So for the first time, she told her mother-in-law, from now on, I'm doing things my way. Clearly, the mother-in-law had long known her daughter-in-law was hard to control. Sure enough, the daughter-in-law pretended to go to the bathroom to make a call, deliberately saying make sure his wife never finds out about this. Something like being gay doesn't even need a divorce trial. Even custody and property division should all go to the wife. Obviously, these words were meant for the wife to hear. The wife was somewhat confused. Is my husband really gay? How do you know?
져주고 희생당하면서 살았던 쪽이 마지막에 제대로 한 방 이기고 끝내는 게 정의 구현이니까요.
This move made the mother-in-law want to get rid of her daughter-in-law even more. Sure enough, in court, the husband panicked, but couldn't refute it. Although she lost the case, she was in a good mood. But then her nightmare began. She couldn't believe it at all. What do you mean I'm under arrest?